JW is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 8 episode reaction video. But before I continue with that, it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead that you take the damn initiative to pay attention to the episode title, which of course I'll put in the description for you if that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up. I suggest, and so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode number 7. Title of this episode is called Time for After. This will be my reaction, review, recap of the episode, and keep in mind it's an episode I've seen before. Just want to react to it to have it on my channel and react to it due to the fact that The Walking Dead Season 11 has been announced as the final season of the main Walking Dead show, and that's really hard to believe. So we start out at the sanctuary outside. Daryl, Tara, Michonne, and Rosita plot to take a garbage truck and ram it through the walls of the compound, thus allowing the walkers presently surrounding the building to flood in and attack the saviors. As they discuss the matters, Morgan shows up, having overheard their discussion, and offers the support of himself and the group of snipers that are monitoring the sanctuary under Rick's advisement. Rosita starts to become concerned about going against Rick's plan and leaves. Rosita all of a sudden is changing. She was all fucking gun ho about stuff, and now she's not. And while Michonne is still unsure if this is the right action, knowing that the situation as it is working to keep the saviors confined. Inside the sanctuary, we have Eugene, who is aware that Dwight is the mole within Negan's ranks that has allowed Rick's plan to work, struggles with what action to take. Gabriel, who has been taken prisoner by Negan and is also really sick, has been held at the infirmary, tries to convince Eugene to do the right thing to help the combined Alexandria, Hilltop, and Kingdom communities. Eugene later meets with Dwight, who warns Eugene that Negan is a terrible person that will attack his friends and that he can help eliminate Negan, but only through Eugene's help. And then Eugene, having gained more confirmation of his suspicions of Dwight's duplicity, swears his loyalty to Negan before leaving. And then later, Negan summons Eugene and asks him on the progress he has made to figure out how to rid the walkers around the sanctuary, and will become second in charge should he do so. Eugene actually comes up with an idea for creating a glider drone with a speaker to lure the walkers away. However, he is forced to locate the coffin that Negan used to take Sasha to Alexandria and find the iPod he had given her before she committed suicide en route to Alexandria, forcing him to relive that memory. With the glider ready to go, or ready to launch, I should say, Dwight holds Eugene at gunpoint and on the roof, reminding him that Negan will go after Rick and his friends if he goes through with this plan. And Eugene decides to launch anyway, but Dwight shoots the drone down before it can attract the walkers. Just then, Daryl drives the truck into the sanctuary walls, allowing the walkers to flood the lower floors of the sanctuary. And that, of course, many of the workers, because of that, are killed. But Negan's lieutenants lead an assault to keep the walkers at bay. And then Eugene, enraged by the events, tells Gabriel that he will do what keeps him alive and remain loyal to Negan. Eugene is a very confused individual right now, and that's the thing. He then goes to see Negan and preparing to inform him that Dwight is the mole, but Dwight and Regina suddenly arrive, causing Eugene to stop short of revealing Dwight's betrayal. He then returns to his room and, because of the sound of gunfire and the walkers, starts to get drunk on wine to try to drown out the noise. Interesting way to handle things. If wine's really going to do that, he couldn't even, after a couple sips, he was already puking it out. And then elsewhere, we have Rick attempting to negotiate his release with Jadis of the Scavengers. Why? That doesn't ever end up well for you, Rick. It doesn't. But, of course, she refuses again and takes photographs of Rick's half-naked body at different angles, intending to use the photos as references for a sculpture she plans to create of him. Now, afterwards, Rick is brought out from the storage container and led to the center of the junkyard by a scavenger. He is then forced to his knees before Jadis presents a lightly armored walker as a method of execution. Able to get the upper hand, Rick threatens Jadis to let him go or die. She lets him go. Rick then makes a deal to allow the scavengers to share in the spoils from the saviors if they join him in the fight, but Jadis demands to see the situation at the sanctuary first itself before she or her people commit to Rick's plan. The scavengers are then led by Rick to an outer perimeter of the compound. Walking in, Rick finds one of his snipers dead, being devoured by a small group of walkers. Unable to dispatch with the other snipers, Rick climbs the water tower and observes the area from a higher ground, looking towards the front of the sanctuary. Rick looks on at the sanctuary yard, completely devoided of walkers, only to see an abandoned garage truck and an open door with a giant hole in the compound's walls alarming him, or a compound wall alarming him. And that's how the episode ends. So, I mean, this is the episode before the mid-season finale. I thought they could have gave us a lot more than they did. It had some good stuff, but ultimately it was one of those episodes where I kind of like was yawning through it. Some of that happens in season 8. It's unfortunate. I'm going to give the episode a 7.3 out of 10, and it wasn't terrible. It's just uninteresting to me. It's predictable on what's going to happen, I feel like, even, if it was my first time watching it. I'm going to give Eugene the character of the episode because Eugene is confused, but he plays the role perfect. Like, you honestly kind of hate him at this point because he's siding with Negan. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like this episode, which is a really weird title, Time for After, from season 8, go ahead and smash the like button. And even if you didn't like this episode, but you're a fan of The Walking Dead, smash that like button. If you know anybody that would be interested in this, go ahead and share the video with them or to them. Don't forget to leave me a comment. You can talk about the episode as much as you want, or talk about your other things from The Walking Dead as much as you want. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.